Hi there, this is Jacob Green from the Buxton Real Estate Group. I've been meaning to record one of these videos all year. However, as most of you would now be aware, Melbourne has officially gone into a stage for lockdown, a snap lockdown for 5 days they are proposing. So fingers crossed that is the case. So I'm using this as an opportunity to finally get a bit of a market update out there to all of our clients and people that we've been working with. 2021 has had a great start to the year, particularly with what we've had to go through for 2020. Second week of January, the market really started to pick back up. We had really high numbers through our inspections, some properties anywhere between 15 to 25 groups through. So of course, a really good leasing month throughout January. Now, we did notice that trend start to really slow down as we were heading towards Australia Day. I do think a lot of people have taken the opportunity for a long weekend or possibly the whole week off with the public holiday in the middle of the week. Of course, school heading back at that same time. So the numbers certainly did seem to slow down. It has been a little bit harder to pick back up again, though those that are coming through our inspections have been a really good quality. So while the numbers aren't there, leasing has still been relatively strong. Already for the month of February, we're up to about 30 properties which are leased. So we are hoping, despite the lockdown, that we might end up the month with about 40, 45 properties leased for our clients. 13 or 14 new tenants are moving into properties for our brand new clients who welcomed on this year. So a really quick and a great result for them. Housing market has been relatively strong. We're seeing vacancy rates on those still relatively low. Unfortunately, prices aren't skyrocketing for them, whilst there is still a high vacancy around Melbourne in general. But generally, by our second inspection, we've got a strong application and consider the property as leased. The 1 and 2 bedroom housing market, however, 1 and 2 bedroom apartment market tends to tick along a little bit slower just as a result of the supply and demand that's out there at the moment. So it's really important to get the marketing right from the very get-go. A lot of people who I have spoken to, I would have spoken to about my 10-day marketing plan, which seems to have been very effective. So if you are looking at your property, looking at putting your property on the market for lease, certainly please approach me. I'd love to explain my 10-day marketing plan and how we can get your property under application as quickly as possible. Vacancy rates for Melbourne, I am hoping that this snap lockdown won't affect that too much. Melbourne has been sitting at about an 8% vacancy rate. If you compare that to places where I have been speaking to some mentors like Perth or even Queensland, they're sitting at a 0.02% vacancy. So it gives you a little bit of an idea on what we're up against, but I'm a firm believer that with an optimistic attitude and the right sort of marketing, we can get your property leased in the current market. Of course, lockdown was announced on Friday afternoon. I came out of an appraisal making a little bit of a joke that myself and our new client might have missed something while we were in the appointment. However, I looked at my phone afterwards and surely enough, the lockdown had been announced. So what that meant for us was a very, very busy Friday afternoon. Our sales department were quick enough to reschedule a couple of auctions for the weekend onto Friday night, and they did have a 100% clearance rate, of course, all above reserve, and then one property which had sold prior to auction. So some very happy vendors there. From the rental side of things, unfortunately, it means that we're restricted for the next 5 days at this stage from doing any of our open for inspection. So essentially, I personally had a full day on Saturday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. with back-to-back open for inspections. So what we're now looking at doing is picking up those inspections for the day and rebooking them for the following weekend. Same thing for our Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday appointments. All of those we picked up and moved to the following week. So our leasing consultant, Annie Gillen, will be working very hard to move everybody who is booked into those appointments, make sure we can still get them along in the following week. Annie will also be working in the background. We have quite a number of virtual tours for people to inspect during this lockdown period. So Annie and myself will be working through a lot of those inquiries and either generating some applications sight unseen or, better yet, booking in and getting them through as soon as we're on the other side of this as well. A bit of an exciting update for our department with growth and some internal changes. We have recently appointed Siobhan Diath as our new department manager at the end of last year. Siobhan coming on board with more than 25 years experience of running her own business. So she's a fantastic leader to have working with us. 2 new young guns, Joanna Saramelis and Thomas Allison, will be joining the team and working directly with Siobhan as well to get some world-class training in property management. We've also hired Arania Sideropoulos, senior property manager with nearly 15 years experience as well. So our department is growing and we've got the right team in hand to basically tackle anything that's going to come our way in 2021. Lockdown was certainly a lot less stressful when we got the announcement because we know how to operate like this. We're completely set up to be able to work from home, and we have been putting strategies and procedures in place. Example, I do create a lot of virtual tours for our properties, so people can still be looking at the rental market during this period as well. So I hope that you've enjoyed this market update. I look forward to bringing you another one in the next few weeks. Stay safe.